In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how this property conveyancing business generate around 119 cases using Meta and Google Ads. This conveyancing business came to us around 12 months ago. And before we start talking about how they could get such an insane result, we gotta start with proof. So I took two screenshots, one of their ad account in Google and another one from the CRM system that we developed for them. So here you can see we spent around $21,000 in Google Ads. We generated around 439 qualified leads at $47 per lead. And if you look at the code accepted pipeline stage, where they manage everything in their CRM system, you can see it says 119 opportunities code accepted, which means the high value cases, they sign with the company. And this conveyancing business, it's not cheap, it's not like your 900 or 1000 case value. They charge around 3.5K minimum per day for the conveyancing cases and for just a residential kind of settlement. And if you times that to 119 cases, you're gonna get a figure around $460,000 generated with 21K ad spend. That makes it roughly around 20 to 21x ROAS, return of ad spend, right? So it's not the fact that paid ads don't work for conveyancing businesses. It's the fact that how you're going to approach it, what type of strategy you got to use, what type of systems you got to have in place to get results like this. Now, before we get technical, we got to understand the trap that majority of settlement agents or conveyancing businesses or even legal firms are getting into when it's about marketing. Most conveyancers run their whole pipeline based on referrals. They're good at what they do. They're great at relationship building. So they create this big network of agents, brokers, and anything like property related, buyer's agents, investment property firms. And these guys sending them referrals. The problem with that is the moment that these referral partners decide to retire or one of them sell their business or go out of the business, the pipeline that you were heavily relying on is just going to go overnight. And it's not like that you can come in and replace that decades worth of relationship in a matter of 2 weeks. So you can save your pipeline. It takes decades to rebuild those relationships. So you basically put yourself in a very risky situation. If you're just relying on this pool of referral partners to bring you the leads, inquiries, cases, it's going to be very, very dangerous. Now, majority of good businesses that we work with and they were able to scale to multi-7 figure or 8 figure, they have around 3 to 5 different lead sources. What we did for this conveyancing business when they came to us 12 months ago, like any other conveyancing business I just explained, heavy on referrals, they could grow the business to just around $1.3, $1.4 million in revenue. But they hit the cap, especially when the market gets a little bit difficult. The inquiries don't come. If your whole network is struggle, the inquiries will dry up. So they hit the cap. What they did, they came to us, we created a bit of a marketing plan for them, and we began to add only one channel first. And we start with search. So why search is so important for conveyancing businesses? I'm a property investor. I love property. But when I put myself in the shoes of a new investor or first home buyer or even an experienced investor, we work really hard to negotiate the price and secure the property from the seller. We want to go through the process, the settlement process, with as little issues as possible. So we normally go to Google and search conveyancing near me, conveyancing businesses for residential properties, for commercial properties, for whatever type of cases that they're after, right? When they search, the first top 2 or 3 searches popping up on the top of the search console, they get the inquiries. If it's not you, it's your competitors, then your competitor is going to generate those inquiries. So what Google Ads do is giving you the chance to pop up on the top of the search console based on the keywords, based on obviously all the technicality that we set up with the platform. Now, that is just to get the click. whatever happens after Google Ads is what I call post-click profit system. So this is where the magic happens, not here. Basically, it's not just ads, that bring you the cases. It's the overall system on the back of it. And now, when it's about this case study, we had really good Google Ads on the front end. We start with 2 campaigns, which is one of them search, and another one is DSA, which is display brand campaign. And from there, we send them to a landing page. And because they're premium, none of these ads could be offer related. We couldn't just go with discounts. We couldn't go with pricing that our settlement is starting from 900 or 1000 or 1500. The client didn't want us to market them that way. So the majority of heavy lifting happened on the sales page or the landing page after they click on Google Ads. And now, what are the elements that we put into this landing page to make sure they can have the right positioning and attract the right type of clients? We went very heavy with social proof and the founder's story. Like conveyancing, legal, property, these businesses are very boring. When you get into the operation and how they operate, it's boring, and boring won't sell. So if you just want to go with like a crappy website, just say what you do and go inquire, it's not going to work like that. With this specific clients, we start with like top fold, pushing the brand, saying we've been a conveyancer since like 1980, and these are the social proofs, credentials we have, these are the awards we have, this is the number of cases that we completed in the last like 40 years. It's a family business on there, these 2 people. So we were very heavy with the credentials, with their story, and then we started like pushing the Google reviews and video testimonials, use them as ad, but also like put them on landing pages. And at the end of it, we start talking about the type of cases they do and call to action. But the majority of the landing page is social proof and brand story, right? This is what gives the prospect that human element that you're after, that trust element that you're after. So when someone lands here, they don't think about the price. They think about, okay, if I get these guys, they're going to go through the process of settlement and they're going to crush it for me. I'm not going to have any issues. It's going to be hands up. I don't have to go through this legal jargon. I don't have to do anything. And I can trust them. So they're happy to come and pay 3 to 3.5K minimum per case, right? Now, with this process, sure, we started generating the inquiry. And the inquiry comes with the form of phone call or online form submission. When it's about conveyancing businesses, settlement agents, we gotta be careful because there is a lot of regulation around the way that they gather data. So when it's about this online form is not the fact-finding long form that they give you all the information. This is just a few custom question, name, email, and phone number to generate the leads. Now, how are we gonna manage these leads? The way that you sell to cold, or I would say digital leads, it's very different. It's very different from the way you close warm or referrals, right? With referrals is easy. The trust is already built. They're coming from word of mouth or referral partners. That's not the way that we sell. So when it's about cold market, we want to make sure that we have the right sales system. That's why for all the clients that are coming and working with us, we build a very advanced CRM system. It's AI powered. So when an inquiry comes in, they get SMS, emails, a conversational AI going and chat with them as an agent to qualify that lead and nurture and work the lead for the client. All of our clients also call them to get the info they need and prepare the right code for the client. When the code is sent, again, there will be more automations to follow up on the sent code. So we make sure that code that comes in, it gets accepted. That's how you make money, right? So when you look at the overall system, there's 3 elements. You have the ads, Google Ads here, search. You have the funnel, which is the landing pages connected together. Here you have two sales page to thank you page. And here you have the AI powered CRM system to be able to help you manage the leads, work the leads, nurture the leads while your team is going to follow up and send the code to them. On top of this, we also run meta ads. So meta ads, which is a Facebook and Instagram, they're more visual. So we send one of our video guide to this client. We got a bunch of like videos around like their brand, around like their office tour, everything that they needed to really communicate what the brand is, what the offer is, and what they do. And we post those video ads in Meta. We run a retargeting campaign to send whoever engages with the website, with the search, with their Google ads, to see them across Instagram and Meta when they go to their feed. That's the element of omnipresent. And we send that traffic back to the landing page to generate more inquiries. Okay. So when you look at this is an ecosystem. This is not just ads. You know, that's why I always say we don't run ads, we're growth partners. So you got to build the ecosystem to be successful in this market. Super competitive. When you go to search with conveyancing, a lot of marketers, a lot of advertisers reject conveyancing businesses. We love conveyancing businesses, but it's because it's so competitive in the market. And they reject them because you need to do so much work. You know, you gotta make them like multi-channel. Like we can look at this. We have Google ads, we have Meta ads and referrals. So we already help these clients to get to the 3 lead sources that we originally wanted in less than 12 months. But you know, it needs work. The main lesson here is referrals are actually really good. I don't want you to think referrals are bad. It's not. You obviously build your business based on referrals, word of mouth to this level. But the lesson here is you gotta have multiple channels. And 3 to 5 lead channels, minimum 3, it's gonna really get you to the goal that you want. If you want to learn more about how you can diversify your lead channels with their strategies, with different ad templates, I actually put a lot of things that I teach in a lead generation playbook. It's free. I put it under this video in the description. You can go opt in and download it. Just go through it, see if it makes sense, and then start implementing it. If you need more help, you can always put your question under this video or reach out to me directly in socials. See you on the next training.